Good morning, sir.
Oh, good morning, Sergeant. How's the mission going? Many converts this week?
5 less than last week, sir.
How many's that then?
Minus 20, sir.
I see. And what about the morale of the chaps?
Chaps, sir? We've only got one left.
Private Drivel?
Drivel!
Yes, sir, sir. I did what you told me to, sir. I let them have it, sir. I told them that if they didn't accept Jesus, sir, they'd burn in hell. But they just set fire to my hat, sir.
My giddy aunt, Sergeant. This is serious. I'll have to speak to someone in higher authority. Hello, Your Majesty. The situation here is out of control. We're stretched beyond the limit.
It may be the case, but they must hear about Jesus.
I realise that. But if this keeps up, we'll have to go out there ourselves.
Oh, really? Why should that be such a big problem to you?
Oh,
That's where the action is.
that's what you want us to do.
Yes, back to basics.
Get back to basics.
Don't worry, I'm sending help.
You're sending help.
She'll be there any minute now.
Already on the way? Jolly good show. Sir. What's that noise? I can hear something, sir.
The only one who has the power to save. Come on, let's put your hands together, come on.
Label of Love is an exciting project which uses up-to-date music, video, drama and games to take the Christian gospel into the heart of society. By using a radical and vibrant approach, young people who would not normally come to church are encouraged to consider biblical truths in a palatable and credible format.
Can you tell us what you did in the last lesson?
Well, what we did, we did some piece of drama and then we listened to whatever his name, we listened to him sing Born to Be Wise.
Right. And did you enjoy doing that piece of drama?
Yeah, it was the best thing that I've ever done in school.
So who was Jesus then?
God's son.
Part of the project's work takes place in comprehensive schools with a team that is trained and experienced in taking assemblies, lesson sessions and lunchtime concerts.
If I shake this watch up, seriously though folks, if I shake it up, what's the chances of it coming back together again?
The Label of Love Back to Basics Schools package contains biblical teaching on basic issues of creation, Jesus, the crucifixion and resurrection, the Bible, prayer and the church.
You think that the sandwiches are the best for me? No. Now some people say to me, Mikey, I can't see how God loves us. Okay, right, now, everyone be quiet because now Phil wants some volunteers.
By working in any one school for anything up to a week at a time, the young people begin to see Christianity as a viable option for their own lives. This is particularly effective as part of an outreach supported by local church fellowships.
Go right back down to basic. We need to go.
One of the first comments that was ever made was by a Year 10 pupil. It was a very simple comment. I bumped into them on the corridor and Label of Love had been in the day before. And she just said, you know, I'd never thought about God before. And as head of RE, I was a little upset because we felt we'd been doing quite a good job up till then. And that was when this distinction between religion and faith, and that it actually affects people's lives, and also that they do have a decision to make.
Did this session help you think about life and death?
Yeah.
So which do you think was the best bit of the session for helping you think about that?
Song. The play.
You thought the sketch was good?
Yeah, the sketch.
How did that help you think? Did that show you...
Because you've got to think what you believe in and what you've got to...
Did that show you what you needed to get to heaven?
Yeah.
Right. So what do you think? So what was the answer then? What did get you to heaven?
Forgiveness. And believing in Jesus.
What was the big board? What did the big board say?
Love. You believe in that Jesus died on the cross.
What are your concerns when you invite an outside organisation to bring their religious beliefs into your school?
Well, the law tells us that religious education in schools has got to be broadly Christian, it's got to be balanced, and it's got to be informative. And I'm very careful that when we invite people into school, they stick to those principles. We don't want people who can come in and peddle extreme views or who are trying to convert people.
So what is your view on the approach and methods used by Labour of Love?
I'm extremely sympathetic and very pleased to have Labour of Love in my school because I think they stick to those principles I was referring to earlier. They don't preach in the sense that they try to force their views down people, but they just do it honestly and fairly. If they quote at all, it's just quotations from the Bible. They're not extreme, and I think also the pupils enjoy them because they try to speak to them in language that they actually do understand, which I think is a real plus.
Labour of Love respect the fact that to offer pupils the opportunity to make a Christian commitment while at school could be considered to be indoctrination. However, many of the young people are touched and affected by the message that has been shared and need the opportunity to respond. For this reason, we have developed an evangelistic concert event which can be booked by local churches as part of the same outreach. This provides a credible atmosphere so that many young people who would not normally go to a church or to a Christian event can feel comfortable about doing so. Working in partnership with churches in this way, the project is an excellent resource to those fellowships who have the desire to evangelise, nurture and disciple new Christians. In order to assist churches in this task, Labour of Love can recommend follow-up material and has a package for a residential weekend called an Ace Adventure. I asked Sheila Ainsley how important it was that Labour of Love is seen to be supported by the local church.
Very important, in the sense that I don't see the school in isolation, I don't see Labour of Love in isolation, I don't see the church in isolation. And I think certainly what we're trying to do here is to bring the three much, much closer together so that there's quite a natural movement, because the children are they believe that church is a stone, they're cold, they're empty, that if they go there they're going to be embarrassed, that they've got to be quiet, they've got to sit there, they don't really understand what's going on. So to sort of build a bridge between the living church by people coming into school and actually saying, look, we're not so boring as you think we are, or by actually saying, look, you can come along, you've got something to offer as much as we have, and that's what the project tends to do. It's an excellent bridge between church and school, and it's very, very needed.
In the first 2 years of the project, we visited over 20 different schools or colleges of further education and raised the awareness of Jesus in the lives of over 20,000 11 to 18-year-olds. Some of these young people have become committed Christian believers, with anything from 1 to 30 responding to appeals made at the concerts. But we're only scratching the surface. We began with one schools team working full-time and living on whatever God provides, and a concert event staged by a dedicated team of volunteers, but we could do so much more. We want to expand the numbers of our schools teams, develop a team who can reach and respond to young people on the streets, and bring in more musicians so we can take the message of the gospel into pubs and nightclubs. This is all part of a vision shared by the directional prayer team of the project, which is made up of committed, mature Christians from more than one denomination with recognised leadership skills. This team prayerfully and responsibly considers all major matters regarding the work and development of the project. We need the help and support of churches and individual Christians, both in prayer and financial backing, if we are to continue and expand our work. We believe that many fellowships across the country have a real desire to reach out to the young people of their area. We know this can be achieved. Together, we can be used by God to change the face of society. Let's give the young people back their self-worth. Let's give them back their sense of purpose and individuality. Let's give them real hope. Let's give them the power to decide for Jesus.